Stop using words of manipulation in order to get people on your side. Stop playing the victim every time you know that you're the villain. Stop that behavior that you know is going to cause problems. Stop being the problem. Be the resolution. Be a real solution. If we could just do this in 2023, our lives would be better. Just help it.
Good morning.
Good morning. You caught me mid-yawn. You caught me mid-yawn.
Mid-yawn. This is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning, Kristi Michelle.
Good morning.
Look, you look like you had a good night.
Let me tell you something. I'm tired. I'm just on a little sleepy side. I mean, I feel like last night I slept good. You know, it wasn't broken. I slept good. You know, my sleep had been broken up until this anniversary time. And even when I came back home Sunday, it was still a little kind of, but I feel like last night, baby, I jumped in that bed and that bed welcomed me. That mattress and them sheets said, "Get in here, girl." Okay. And I said, "Show you right." And I mean, that was it. That's all who told me to get in here. I just want to put that out there. I just nothing else. I don't know if that's something to brag on or not. Anyway, that's not what we started this conversation for. So I'm saying it
because it's important that you understand that, hey, that sheet is grabbing you in. It's helping you. That was like your mother just saying, "Baby, come on, lay down with mommy. Come on."
I really feel like that's what it was. Yeah. So I remember my oldest son is coming in. He's been stationed in the UK for the past 3 years. So he's now going to be stationed in the States. And so I knew that his flight was leaving around 11 a.m. But of course, that's England time. So I got up at 4 a.m. because one thing my mama always did up until she passed away, baby, she always wanted to know when anybody's flight was. Because what I do know, what has been passed on to me is that you're gonna get up and you're gonna pray for your child and anybody else about to board that flight out your sleep, whatever you're doing. And you're gonna stay up and you're gonna board that flight and you're gonna be in prayer until you get word that flight touched down.
Yeah.
So of course I got up and I sent a text out to him. I said, "Son, I'm not sure if you're on the plane or not, but you know, of course, safe travels, and you know, you do that mama thing and you pray over that child." And he sent back the big picture, his smiley face on the plane. I said, "Okay, that's all I need to know." That's right. So I got one in the air coming over the pond right now, and you know, it's gonna be about 5 or 6 hours. 6 hours from now, I should be able to hear from him. Mama, I done touched down. So he already know.
We ready. Big shouts out to the boy that's coming home, and he's coming here first. And then
no. He going straight to his base. So, but hey, he coming stateside. So 6 hours from now, I should be hearing from him, and he know I'm gonna bug the heck out of him.
I should say, as a mother, you're gonna be on a plane too.
Listen, they both of my boys both know it. Don't y'all play with me when these planes shoots.
Listen, you're gonna be on that plane. You're gonna be coming in. Let's get over there.
Listen. So that's about it, Miss Nikki. So you know,
you did amazing yesterday. I want to say thank you so much for just going head on and doing what you got to do and taking care of our platform and making sure we good. Girl, you did that. I said, "Oh, she broke that thing down. She broke it down." I had everybody in the place where I was listening. They were like, "What? Some good information." Yeah.
I appreciate the support and the votes of confidence.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you back, though. But we're glad to have you back. I'm glad to have you back.
You did good. Glad to be back. Just glad to be in the building, and we doing what we do best and getting it in and everything. So we still celebrating women. This month is still our month.
Yes.
Got to do, and being eventful as women and everything like that. I had a great time with some beautiful women in my life. My mom and my sister, my oldest sister. We took a little trip and laughed a little bit this weekend.
Good.
We're just sitting up there being adventurous with each other, laughing and giggling real good, you
Yeah.
know, and just experiencing life together in the later years of our lives, of our relationship. I tell people all the time when they ask me about, um, whenever I'm asked in regards to my family, because I get that question quite often. Do you have children? Yes, I do have children. I never see them. They on social media. They grown now. They do their own thing. Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
just never saw your children. Right. Because the focus is not on my kids, it's on me. I share what I share with you. Is your mom still alive? Yep, she's still alive, well and kicking. She's not on social media, but she knew everything that happened on social media. She has a really
Yeah.
good circle of people who she has some very good tattletale snitches and folks who come back and bring bones home. So,
Every,
yeah,
every time.
my
Every
sisters and brothers, do you have some nigga? You're an only child? Sometimes I feel like it.
time.
Only child syndrome because again we're so far in distance in aging, and so
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it seems like I'm an only kid, but no, I have siblings, and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So it's just those kind of things, and I try to
You
keep
keep
people focused on what it is. Nikki, are you dating? Yeah,
you
I
keep
date.
your you
I date
keep
every
your
now
private life
and then. Well,
private. You keep
right.
your personality is on social media. That's why I love to tell people personalities for me, and it sounds like for you, that's what's on social media.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I want you to always remember the purpose. Um, I really truly believe that as a person of influence, what the
Hmm.
platform which we have, Kristi, and this is something that I believe that all those who are in the influential placement of life, entertainers, celebrities, or whatever you're calling them, um, where they find themselves in a bad situation is that because um, the paparazzi has a job to do.
Yeah.
Their job is to dig deep in your business and get all in your stuff and to find as much as they possibly can to find about you so that you can always be a conversation and a topic. I really truly believe that where you are as an individual person, you should be able to really honestly navigate them where you want them to be. Um,
Oh, totally.
I have experienced dating um, very well with an NFL player before several, and we really truly honestly worked very well in making sure that it was maintained that I was who I was and he was who he was. I never forget one time when a paparazzi photographer came to my center. And so he came in as if he was trying to come and enroll a child. And then before you know it, he pulls up a camera. And I say, sir, let me stop you before we even go there. What are you looking for? What is it
Yeah.
that you're interested in? And tell me why would you even think it's okay to come up into this space right here? What you
Yeah.
need?
Yeah.
I just need a story on you. I said, for what? For what? I say he's dating me. But he has told you guys he wants to just be a professional on the field. Can we stay there? Because what
Yeah.
are you looking for me? I say I am a business owner of a child care center. What else? What else do you need to know? What else? I say I don't have a criminal record. So what else? I'm a mother of two.
Yeah.
What else? I don't
Yeah.
have any scandals, baby. And so I killed his story so good, and I told him, I
Look,
say,
I'm boring, sir. Sir, I'm
yeah,
boring.
that's I was like, I said we date distance. He stays where he stays. I live where I live. We're distance dating. So what's the problem? And if he's messing with somebody, you catch him, please snap the picture, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care like that.
Do what you do.
And so I killed his story so fast. He was like, I'm sorry. I said, yeah, go ahead. I said, because really what I'm gonna do is just smile and pose
Yeah.
for you because I know that every time I'm where he is, we have to consistently, I have to always have a smile on my face because somebody gonna take a picture and turn that picture around. So needless to say, it was like I killed his vibe. He went on by his way. I say that to say that when we are in our life, living our life, being who we are, I don't even understand why politicians do this too. They try to slander each other. And I'm like, the more dirt you're trying to pull out on this individual, you're not even understanding how you're putting yourself up as an issue. Like you trying to kill, I'm trying to kill the vibe of her and make her look bad. Well, you look bad because as soon as you get in office and don't do the right thing, you're gonna look bad. So that Republican Democrat stuff.
Yeah. And people these days, they like it's sad reality, but people, they like a good story or a good headline.
Good morning,
Good
Lady E.
morning. Good morning. They like a good story, a good headline. Unfortunately, I'm always quick to say, always quick to tell people when they ask me, what do you think about this and that? I said, I think we don't have the whole story.
Never
That's
have
what I think. I think we don't have the whole story. I said we love to run with a headline. Me and a good friend of mine was in a good conversation. He asked, what do you think about the Tiger Woods deal and him, quote unquote, putting a girlfriend out and this and that, and they having a contract? I said, I think we got bits and pieces of the story. I said, that's what I think. I said, I think it's a whole lot missing and it's a whole lot that's not being said. And then I said, and then I don't think about it no more because it ain't got nothing to do with me. So I said that's kind of what I think. I kill people's vibe all the time when they just want to say, "Oh, well, this person is this person is that." I'm like, we don't know that person, especially reality shows. And that's another thing I really hate: how Black women are on these reality shows and they go back and forth with each other, and they feed into the stereotype of Black women. And some of us are wise enough to know that it's not reality, that they're on there to do a job, but quite a vast majority of us, especially our young Black females that are looking for somebody to look up to, this is what they pattern themselves after. This is what they compare their success. This is what they compare their body shape to. This is what they compare what's deemed acceptable. And unfortunately, it trickles into how to treat another person. You know what I'm saying? And I personally, I don't care for that. And I just don't care for it. I think I may have watched one reality show, and it started off being because I was like, oh, it's just kind of cute, it's funny. But now it has gotten to where it's like, here y'all go. It just is. It just is. I, for one, am just sick of it. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just sick of it. Can we just get a reality show with Black women that's genuinely supporting each other? But nobody want to see that. Nobody want to see that. You want to see the Black women fight each other, call each other out. This one sleeping with that one husband. You thrive off of stuff like that, and you think that's how your life's supposed to work, and it just don't. It just don't. You killing yourself to look like they look, and they done had 10 surgeries. They got a personal chef. They take an injection. You know what I'm saying? Like these photos are airbrushed very well. And it's
young
sad.
women, these shows are real.
They are. They are. But back in my day, and then we'll get to what we talking about. But back in my day, people asked, who's your role model? It wasn't the people on the reality show. And nothing against the people on the reality show, but I grew up with my role model. Oh, that's my mom. Oh, that's my aunt. Your role models was the people in front of you that you could touch.
And if it was a celebrity, it was someone like Maya Angelou.
Yeah.
DJ
So
Walker,
it's like
someone who had substance with them.
Are we lacking role models to where our mothers and our fathers are no longer role models?
Well, probably, and again, in the new world,
what is it?
In the new world of today, I mean, that is exactly what we are really facing. Like, that's the truth. It goes back to what our topic is: women on the move. How time has changed with women and their place in the world. So you're right on topic. You're always on topic. You're always right on topic.
It's different.
Yeah, what you just said was the truth. what you just stated and said is real life true. Yes. And that is, we have changed as women in our place here in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But what kind of place do we have in our world? So, we have more women today, Kristi, working. We have more women today that
Yeah.
are really truly building a platform. We are yes, we are lacking role models in the community.
Yeah, we are
Absolutely. Because again, the
positive role models,
positive,
unfortunately.
positive
Yeah.
role models. We got some role models, but they have to be positive. And so we have placed ourselves in position to where now we are doing more. We really truly are doing more. We're
Absolutely.
dominating on a lot of platforms and a lot of places, but we are lacking, just as what we said in your early conversation part, where women, young women now, they're not looking to say, oh, okay, well dressed, educated sister right here. Or should I say this here? It's not a out loud thing to do. Whereas
Yeah,
it used to
yeah,
be a actual thing
yeah,
to do. Now
yeah,
it's more or less I gotta go get me a BBL. I got to go do what I need to do. Now I got to alter my body. I
yeah,
need to make sure that he, oh, baby, I got to get the bag from him. I got to get the bag from her.
yeah.
I
Like,
got to make sure the bag idea of processing how we get money is so quick. It's like if you start at
yeah,
the bottom, now you all the way at the top, and it's like nobody tells you what the middle entailed.
they
So it's
don't,
like
they
now you
don't
got to
tell
talk
you that,
reality.
and they
Yeah.
don't tell you the price they're paying behind the scenes to secure, to quote unquote secure the bag, or to quote unquote be with that person. It's women. I'm just gonna say back in my day, growing up, obviously I grew up in a lot of church, right? I grew up in a lot of church, and the women used to flock to the man, and I'm sure they still do. And yes, they still do. They flock to the man with the microphone, with who they perceived had the power or the forefront. And the thing is that don't nobody tell you what go along with being the first lady. Don't nobody tell you what go along with being the worship leader wife. Don't nobody tell you what go along with being the musician's person. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody tell you any of that stuff. It's some shit that go along with doing that as well. You ain't just sitting there looking pretty. You know what you got to deal in the back office. If you can't deal with a lot of back office drama, it's some of these positions ain't made for you. But
Yep.
don't nobody tell you what it takes to be a Sarita Jakes. Baby, let me tell you something. What I have learned in my ex marriage, being married to the worship leader, and I give him his due anytime I speak to him and his ability. The worship leader. I don't care what nobody say. The man can do his worship. He can shift your atmosphere, and that's his thing. That is, if he ain't nothing else, he a worship leader.
Yeah.
you know. But baby, being on that other side, being the help meet to somebody like that, oh sweetheart. It was a plenty of day I was like, I had no idea what I signed up for.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it wasn't to walk in the sanctuary, look cute, and have him call your name and stand up and everybody clap. It goes way beyond that. And it's like, honey, where's the class? Where's the class or the orientation for the women that gotta do them roles? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Pauletta Washingtons
Yeah.
in the world, the Michelle Obamas of the
Yeah.
world. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a heavy price to pay for these women.
Yeah.
But what I do know, these women ain't 50 times flashy. They done had to give up a lot to
Yeah.
to walk alongside of securing the bag and this and that. Like we don't nobody talk about that stuff. Don't nobody talk about all of that stuff.
They take care of all those insecurities. They're the ones
Man,
that's talking to them and helping them through those processes and everything. And then not only that, too, remember what she has given up as a woman. What she has said,
bruh.
okay,
Can you
I'm
imagine?
up. This is me, and I'm gonna put me up on the chopping block, and I'm gonna give up my career. Like when Michelle Obama, I love her first book when she said,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I had to make a decision. She said, and
Yeah.
I was upset with it, and that was she had to let her law
There we
firm
go.
so she can be able to support her husband to that degree. That is a huge sacrifice. That
It's
is a
huge.
sacrifice. And so when we're sitting and we're thinking about, okay, the place that she sits in, oh, she should be excited because she said, no, she has a voice and a platform, and now she's able to evolve on her platform because now it's her turn to
Yeah.
actually go forth and to stand forth and be who she needs to be. But
Yeah.
Kristi, just think about it. Like, you really seriously are in your position and thriving in your field, and then your mate comes along and say, I'm ready now to go take another position that's going to cause us to have to alter our whole entire life. That is like a woo way
And we're
to
gonna
be.
smile while we're doing it. And we're
And we
gonna
gonna
smile
smile.
while we're doing
And you
it.
gotta smile.
And,
You
and
don't
we're
get
gonna act like
to do that.
you don't get and you're gonna act like it ain't bothering you not 1 second, because you gotta you still have to some extent put on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's it's
Yeah, they have to give up their careers, their peace, full-time father into their exactly. And
you just do.
yeah. And it's like, where do you even get an opportunity to say, okay, I need to be moved towards something else. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like you're just, yeah, it's a whole entire change out of what you really believe. Like, I want to be able to come into a place to where I can thrive and strive and really, really move forward and give
Mhm.
all of me and what I have inside of me. So now I'm here and I'm moving here. And it's like, okay, I'm trying my very best, but what my place in the world. And as a woman who is moving through the world and really seriously trying to put in position and say, okay, this is what my expectation is. This is really what I'm looking forward to. This is where I'm trying to really make sure that I am pushing forward this effort for you
Mhm.
to get grab in and say, okay, this is what it's going to be. But when it becomes a difficult place
Yeah.
for that woman,
Yeah.
because again, remember,
Yeah.
you're sitting and you're saying, I have now arrived. Women are making much more moves and
Yeah.
better step strides than they have ever made. Not so much as because they do come out the house and have a career. It's
Yeah.
because they're able to have a career
Okay.
and maintain the home, juggling the two, and still being able to make sure that every part of that house,
Yeah.
every part of that detail and that duty, every part of where they're supposed to be is really truly maintained and taken care of.
But
So
it's not easy. It ain't
it's
easy.
not, it's not, it's not, especially with small children. I really
It's
do, I really do
yeah.
believe too. Well, wait a minute, Kristi. Let's speak to the place of, because before I got married to my husband, when we were dating and everything, and then when I did get married to him, we didn't have kids until probably 3 years later. So
Oh,
right
that's
then
good.
and there, we were still, yeah, but we were still trying to navigate and learn, and I still had, my career and everything that I was doing, and still was just trying to make it through. So where do we really honestly like navigate ourselves there? That was fine. We didn't have a struggle there. But once we put children into the equation, it's like our whole life changed to being something else. It ain't easy for sure. I struggle. Yeah, definitely. And some of the areas of where you're struggling at is it mainly because now, Kristi, you're switching your attention to someone who has nothing. They can't do anything. Like they're solely dependent upon you versus the person who they are able and capable to do it, but they do depend on you as well, because men instantly become solely dependable on that particular woman. Like we do go into mommy mode all over again with a man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no matter whatever state you're in, if you are a nurturer to men or you're a nurturer as a woman, you can guarantee your man is going to have a baby attitude in some kind of way to make sure that you understand, baby, I need you. And you're gonna have to give it to him.
I think that's part of a man showing through actions that he's comfortable with you. You know what I'm saying? I think it's part of him letting his hair down. And you're right. That's just what kind of what men do, you know. But yeah, it's a delicate dance switching from just only not just from your role as wife and maybe employer, you know, and then switching, adding motherhood to that. And then the man adding fatherhood to that.
Yeah.
You know, I obviously I'm not a man, never been one, don't want to be one. Let me add that. Don't want the responsibility of being a man. I don't know how they do it. That's some hella responsibility to literally have everybody's well-being on your shoulder. I don't never not want that responsibility.
Yeah.
But I feel like from a man's point of view, they just like, oh shit, I got a whole family. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
think it hits them different. And so they need another level of security. I
Yeah.
think that they need another level of assurance. I think they need another and even more of, you got this, babe, you're doing a good job, or, you know, or thanks for being a good provider. You know what I'm saying? I think they need another level of appreciation. Some women these days may twist it and say, I'm not stroking his ego. Call it what you want. But I know one thing my mama taught me: ain't nothing wrong with telling a man doing a good job. Ain't nothing wrong with, babe, let a man hear on the regular that you appreciate him and they doing a good job. You really ain't gonna have to ask for nothing. That was
Yeah.
free. That's free game right there. So new age women to have you thinking you stroking that man ego. A old school woman to tell you, you better tell that man you appreciate him. It's 2 words. I appreciate. Well, no, that's 3. I appreciate. It's 3 words. That's it. But switching into motherhood, I mean, like when I first became a mom, I was like, it's like, of course, like I felt like my life did change instantly the minute that this little young one came in my life and I heard that first cry. It was like, this is no longer about me. And I think at that point, we as women, we begin the journey of losing ourselves right there. And so in part of losing ourselves, and we focus on as individual, we do typically lose that wife area of us because we're focused on being a mom, you know, and learning to balance it all. It's a learning lesson. You know, you need some learning curves. You need some grace on that thing. I think that's when communication come back into play, and we all got to come back and be like, okay, we got this cute little nugget. We love little nugget. We love little man, but we still got to for sure get this date night in. I think that's when we for sure, what we going to do is on Wednesday night though, we're gonna make sure it's time for us. So, you know, that's when those things become real relevant and real intentional. And you got to get a mentor. We get a mentor with everything else in life, Nikki. When we start a new job, I don't care how much I've been in my career. If I start a new job, there's a mentor. There's somebody to guide me, to navigate me. Where's the village? Come here, old school Black woman that they used to be our role models that we don't have no more, or Nana or whoever it is. Be open to that. Hey, how did you navigate motherhood? You still married and y'all appear to be somewhat happy. Tell me the bumps and bruises. Don't give me the roses and the tulips. Let me know ahead what to look out for.
Yeah.
We gotta go back and reach back and ask for help. Tell me how to navigate this. I don't know about being no mama. You know, you knew.
And that's the reason why I hang out at the senior centers with the
man.
seniors. Because they got the juice,
wisdom,
got the knowledge up in there. And they really, truly, honestly, they give it free game because they do want to share it. And they're so excited about, and don't bring them a little present, little candy, little sock or something. Oh, honey, you about to get it. Bring them some little trinkets and a smile. They love it because that's the thing. Our nanas, Kristi, we are the nanas.
Baby, and I'll be ready.
We are the new nanas. We the nanas, the GGs, the mamas, the Medias. I mean, if you're trying to see where you at, look. Look at your arms and see.
I got some hanging. You
See
can't
if
see
you
it in
are
my robe, but
right.
it jiggles
See if you
when
are
I pick
in the
it up.
nana line. I'm like, oh, I'm nannering today. I'm real nana.
Listen,
I'm a granny for real. I can't
I
wait to be
I
at
give
the
advice
extra
to young
level of it.
people, whether they
Yeah.
want it or not. I give advice to young
And
people,
that's the
whether they
see,
want
that's
it
the
or
beautiful
not.
part. That is right there. That's the beautiful part of it. Whether you want it or not. Kristi, give us cup cam. We didn't even do cup cam
It's
this
okay. It's
morning.
okay. It's okay.
We just got right into it.
We just on this on make niece alumni cup. You
Yeah.
know, it's the first one I grabbed. You know, it's you know little
Yeah.
cup. Little McNeese, shout out Lake Charles, Louisiana, but little McNeese Cowboys.
Absolutely. So we have to. That's what I'm saying. We have to get to a position where we are really talking about where we are and really giving that wisdom. You got to be willing to pour every day to somebody. Somebody got to be able to get the words that you are saying. Like I always talk about popular things. People can always grab hold to you and come in the popular segments of things. But what about the things that are so not that are not popular? They're very uncomfortable, and they get you into that thought. That's where you really, truly, honestly, you need to make sure that you're thriving in those spaces. I was telling someone yesterday about what I do, and so I was telling them we were just having discussion about, it's not. I told them, I said, I'm not a popular content creator. I'm a popular influencer. And they was like, what you mean? I say, my content is not popular to a place to where I'm in these amount of getting these type of views and all these kind of things. I'm influencing people to a place to where I'm giving them real, live, authentic words and influencing them to go forth and do better. I'm giving quality over the quantity. And so she's like, oh, that's good. I like that. Oh, that makes me think. I said, yeah, because remember, we can always push our trash. But substance and something of value, it does not create in a now. We can say some creative, great things in the midst of the trash. I say, but when you are really, truly, honestly, thoroughly working a platform and doing what you need to do, you really, honestly have to push it through, consistently work, even when you don't want to, even when diversity hits, even when you're sitting there and you're struggling in your moment, even when you're sitting there saying, you know what? Oh, Lord Jesus, this is a little bit too much for me. Even when it looked as if you're not going to come through it, but you get a chance to come through it. And so it's like, just like you and I, we talk about how every morning this is a push. Every morning it has become more of a push because we have a place and we have a job that is definitely something that we have to do.
Yeah.
We are now in position to working each morning to get somebody where they need to be. When we talk about the mental health, when we talk about the wealth, when we talk about the body, when we talk about the mindset, when we're talking about as a woman, when we've had to have the controversial conversations of how you are supposed to carry yourself as a woman. It's not popular, but it's a place. Oh, no. It's a place that we have to be and stand up because as women, that was not something we was doing back in the day, Kristi. We were going to the workhouse, getting paid less, being sexually harassed,
and shutting up about it.
Shutting up. Because remember, what was the requirement for the big exec with the suit on? And he only wanted a secretary. She had to be a certain size, a certain weight, and couldn't type. Right. But then she had an assistant. But what was that assistant looking like? The assistant was looking like, off raggedy and all homely, as we say. Yeah. Why? Yeah. Because they really needed the work done, but the secretary was the one that he needed to be able to abuse. And because she was in a mindset, oh, I just need my job. First of all, you're intrigued with the position of the person.
Yeah.
One thing I try to tell women, stop letting positions and persons get you to a place to where that's what you look at. Oh, I like them. They get, oh, girl, I like her because, oh, child, oh, she does this, she do that. If you find, I've had so many women who have came and said, oh, Nikki, I want to be, oh, I want to learn what you know, oh, I want to do. But they be trying to use me as a step up to get to another person. Because they'll ask me all the rundown of all the people of influence who I've talked to, who I've dealt with, who they seen me with, seen me in rooms with. They want, and I'm like, should I just come and have a conversation and ask me, how can you get that person number? Don't sit there and waste my time. Don't sit there and pretend. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I already see you. I see you. I see you from here. I've already saw you there. Just tell me the truth. And the truth is that you're looking to be able to move and navigate through instead of coming straight up and saying, hey, Nikki, can you give me an audience with Kristi?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And let me find out what, but the problem is this here. I'm going to defend Kristi and what Kristi value is outside of what you believe her value is. Because you're thinking, oh, Kristi hangs out with Nikki, so I should be able to get that too. You can. Get authentic. Show your authentic. Show your authentic self. If you can't show your authentic self, then yes, you're going to miss that move and that opportunity to get a chance to be able to connect with her. Because she going to see you. She going to see you. And that's the thing that I want people to understand about us as women in our place now where we are. We have saw so much. We're consistently seeing so much. And now we're navigating through life. It's like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? Come on, baby, push forward. Come on, honey, let's go here. Come on, darling. This is where you're supposed to be. This is your expectation. This is our expectation. Here's where we need you to push and move to.
That's where we need you to stick and move.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. It's it take a village.
It does.
A village. It take a village. And when did we as women start downplaying or start making it embarrassing to go to work, come home, and I'm gonna use the word cater to whoever you're with, your man, your boyfriend, your spouse, your girlfriend, whoever, your significant other. When did we make it such like that's an embarrassing moment, right? It's like, girl, you've been working all day. You going home and serving that man. You've been working just like he been working. If it was me, when did that become the popular opinion?
Cardi say, I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still get that ring.
Yeah, but you don't know, but she is cooking and cleaning at the house for that man. Y'all listen to them lyrics.
That's what she said to us in public, but she showed us behind the scene. She be cooking, she be cleaning, and she be doing everything she need to do to keep it. Instead of us taking on a Rihanna behavior where Rihanna didn't stop firing up everybody, and now she's in the house and she's catering. I mean, that's my thing is if you're gonna look at your local celebrity, your favorite girls who's out there popping, rocking, and doing all the rock'em sock'em, then look at the ones who are really seriously in the light. They come, they do their light shine, and then they come off the stage
and they go home. Are they getting in that car with such and such? And my thing is this here. When are we just gonna realize that that is the perfect example where you and I would just say it with their personalities is what is shining through. That's what you see out. What they do personally is not on social media. It's not on Front Street for everybody. It's just not. They don't let you into their private life. They don't let you in that. Everybody loves Beyonce Lemonade. Everybody, and I love that too. And I got respect for B, But what y'all fail to realize that B did this, and this. She told y'all this and this. She knocking windows out the car. She walking around with her hot sauce back. But in the next breath, she's still with Jay. She put some, what we can foresee from the outside. What she let us in on their story, how they kind of had to start over, and he had to get himself right, and this and that. But ain't nobody pushing the fact that they still had to go to therapy. They still had to work some ish out. As beautiful and amazing she is, she still got cheated on, and it wasn't for her. It was for them. No, nobody want to come back and still look at the backstory. Everybody, you got to still come back and look at the work they put in to get that personal life that they want, right?
Yep.
And the work that it entailed. I'm sure whatever deal they came up with, Jay had to do some stuff, and I'm sure Beyonce had to put some stuff in place to where they had to make it intentional about making their relationship work. They had to be accountable to each other. This what, and so it was a process. It was work. Maybe I wish celebrities, since we idolize celebrities, since a lot of these young kids, they're idolizing celebrities, and maybe in some of these young adults, there are some grown women that still can look at the TV and say, I want my body to look like hers. And I'm like, girl, do you know how many shots and surgeries that is? But
and we forget that our natural body, keep going with that, but I'm gonna
yes,
to that.
yeah, we would do you want to do that, but like you said, that's not even real. Like that's anyway, but it's still a struggle in the process to get what we see we want, the end product. We don't know the backstory, but you get a Medea, or you get somebody in the back office that's trying to tell you, hey, why don't you not hit so many happy hours with your girlfriend, and why don't you come home? Why don't you just come home and y'all have a little date night? Why don't you make it intentional to do this and this with that person? But we make words like submissive be a nasty dirty word, because for some reason I ain't submitting to no man, because somebody done told you that submit mean be a doormat, and you ran with it. And you did not do your own research. And we just let what I'm gonna say old school values and principles overshadow the new, or well, maybe not overshadow. We give it a negative tone. We give it a negative connotation. And then we come back and ask questions like, I'm sick of seeing this question on social media. Why is it that the marriages don't last long like when they lasted with our grandparents? Well, they had some boundaries, and they stuck with them, and that's kind of why some stuff ain't lasted. And I mean, then again, it's a different day and age. So, but I do believe
And
there's some
not only
old
that,
school
too,
variables that we don't put in
grandma
place.
picked her battles. Grandpa picked his battles. And when
That part.
Grandpa did leave out to go do his dirt, there was already a conversation that he had. It wasn't a confrontational one, it was a simple one, and that was keep your business outside this house. And don't let it come back to the door. And that's just
that's just that. Don't come in here and mess up this home.
As simple as her conversation being, are you planning on eating when you come back? Or are you gonna eat when you go? And
are you gonna eat where you go?
Are you gonna eat where you're headed? And
it's simple.
His reply would be something spotty, but he understood what she was saying. Basically saying, when you get back, it's gonna be a hot meal on this table. You better not eat too much where you're going, because you better eat this one here too. And he'll say, I'll be back, woman. Oh, okay. Basically saying, all right. And never did he ever feel belittled, but he understood that wording. It was all about wording. It was all about, and then sometimes her silence is in itself. A lot of grown men a lot of older men has said this on so many platforms that they've had to make some apologies in the back. Mm-hmm. And in the later years, they've apologized for what they did in the younger years. And so it's just real truth. And really, truly, a lot of things that has occurred today, women don't want to do what grandma did, because they thought that she was so belittled. She was so to the ground. But they forgot that mom took that mess not just for the kids. Mom took that mess because she truly, honestly loved her husband.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to go on with a what if to step out and try her best to see somebody else.
And you know,
to that place to say, let me go ahead on and try to learn somebody else, because I have my kids. Parents really did want to raise their children together. They really did.
They did. And I believe they knew they were married. I believe that they knew that they wasn't gonna change him. And what I mean by that is you knew this man was a flirt and a cheat or and we also have to use cheating. You knew that he used his words harshly. If we always go to the cheating thing.
Yeah.
But you kind of had a sense of you knew who he was. At least that's kind of what I believe. I could be
Of
dead wrong.
course. You done seen them
But
when they got angry.
you didn't seen him and you knew who he was. And so you went into it knowing this is who I married. I think a lot of times these days we go into relationships thinking we can change people, or if he just get married, he ain't gonna do this and this. But in every relationship he had before, I'll just get random. Well, no, we talking real. Every relationship he had before, he done stepped out in some form or fashion. And so for some reason we believe that's no longer his makeup. Now people can change. I'm gonna put a pin there. People can change. I know I've
So
changed.
they want
People
to.
people can change. However, there's still some things that you're still gonna struggle with. There's still some things, come here, good old thorn in the side. That's just, yes, you've gotten over that, but it's still gonna be a thorn in your side. Do you are we stopping to ask that man, that woman, or whoever, modern day women, so that's what we own, say, what's your thorn in your side? I need to know if I can live with a thorn in your side. I know my brother, whenever, I got divorced, and my brother and I are very close, and we give each other, like good wisdom. And so I remember telling him, that I had met someone and blah, blah, blah. And so my brother this was my brother's only question to me when I told him, oh, I think I kind of met someone. I think I kind of like him. And my brother said, what's his thorn in his side?
Mm.
And I said, I don't know. He said, find out what it is and then ask yourself, can you live with it?
Mm.
I
Mm.
said, oh, damn. But like, where is that advice being given? We live with a lot of people's Achilles heels. And if we would have known, if we would have asked the right questions up front, then we would have known. He used to be a cheater. He's not anymore, but he still
Yeah.
struggles with the wandering eye. And what we're going to put in place if that's the deal breaker for you.
Yeah.
Go on here. I see we got a comment. Go ahead.
That's exactly what it is. What I was reading what Trish was saying, that you think that we have a hard time meshing today, modern women, with the traditional values, because women society standards and values has changed. Women
Mm,
in general have evolved a lot in society where men have not.
true.
Yeah.
True, Miss Trish.
Because
True.
it goes, you know what, it goes back to what we just said there. That's a good thing, that Trish. It goes back to what we said, where there was a standard of how a woman should look on the job, and she was good enough to be the secretary for him to abuse, versus, and then have an assistant who could do the work, but she was not one that he was attracted to. So when you did hear the part of the exec running off with the secretary, was because she was there as a model look. Now you actually have what Trish is saying. You have women that are in this actual administrative role, and it's like, nah, bro, you ain't gonna be harassed to be like that. You need me for my skill set, not for my body set. Although it still happens, but there's more or less of, and then not only that, let's say what it really truly is too. You have more women in the executive role.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
now with more women in sitting in that power seat. So therefore, it's not a lot of, more or less, of the movement in oh, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. You do know. You do know.
And I think a lot, when this comment was made, and thank you, Miss Trish, for saying that, is that men are still old school to where I've had a man tell me it ain't nothing like smelling a home cooked meal when I walk through the door. I don't care how many fancy dinners and this and that, and this was like just a like a professional dude can easily go to the Vic and Anthony's on a regular basis, and it was just like, listen, ain't nothing like a home cooked meal. It ain't looking like smelling nothing being baked.
Yeah.
Whenever if I was to come home, like that came to mind when when you read that comment from Miss Trish, because I was like, And men have not changed a lot in those areas. You know,
No.
they have not, they still like some of that old school stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So this is the funny
And
part.
I don't even think nothing wrong with it. See, Miss Nikki, that's what, like, people who like know me and have been to my house, and I've had the chance to cook for them. Very rarely will you fix your own plate at my house. Um, Especially if you're a man, especially if you somebody that I'm with. Um, you can probably count the times on your hand I might let you fix your plate. And I have gotten backlash from women who have seen it. I can't believe you serving him, Gunna. And baby, I said, Gunna,
Gonna do
baby,
it.
if listen, sit down.
And in our family, men
You don't touch the plates. You sit
they
down,
don't
we'll bring it to you.
they don't eat on plastic.
Oh no. But
On plastic.
thank you so much for that.
They don't.
I believe if you done worked all day and you come home to my house,
Because Dollar Tree has some very good.
I give you a real
Dinner.
plate. Like Lady E is, I don't know if she's still on here, but Lady E, whenever she does come to the house, she's like, please tell me you got some paper plates, because I'm very big on get you a real plate, get you a real fork. I will wash it. We'll put it in the dishwasher. You get out, like, for some reason, like, that's my thing. Like, get your real plate, get your real fork. You worked all day. You deserve it. And this, I know it's probably not deserving or this and that, but that's a thing for me in my house. We're gonna eat out for real plates. I don't know why. Anyway, go ahead. We got a comment.
Complete transparency. I work, have babies, clean, cooks, and earn more than my former partner, and he was still of the belief that him just working was all he needed to do. Seems to me he's missing about 4 attributes that help grow.
That's right.
And guess what? Right. She cooks. Like, she cook a meal daily. Like, Trish works and she's going to cook not just any kind of meal. Like, we're talking about full meals. We're talking about if she's doing, and then she has done 2 separate meals when her kids have decided, no, I don't want this. I want this. So she made a meal for this person, and sometimes because she has a grandboy, he may want something totally different too. But
absolutely,
she gonna make him a meal. I mean, like, really in the kitchen, like, but
makes sense to me.
And that's how it goes. I don't cook. I can't cook.
Right.
I'm not a cook.
Right. You said that. I feel like you can play. I feel like you can play the meal like a champ, though.
Oh,
I feel like you can
see. Yeah. See. She said, "Oh, and I fix the place up." Yes, real dishes. Yes, she does.
I love the real dishes.
Set up the little, the tray. If they're not sitting at the table, she has a little dinner tray sitting there. Like, everything there is necessary and needed. Very good. But I don't cook. But I can play the meal. However, you ain't gonna starve. You're not gonna starve. You're gonna get something. You're not gonna starve. And you're not gonna starve. Don't be looking for me to be up in there whipping them dish. No, baby. Not going in there to tap nobody's house. No. But I say that to say this. I still make sure that you are taken care of. Yeah. And it, like, you will not even miss a beat. You may say, well, baby, you didn't cook this, but I sure enough plated it. Even if I have to go, if I'm going to the Popeyes, it's coming out the box and it's going on a plate. Wherever, it's going to be set up very kind and very nicely. Yeah. The real place of who you are and what you are. I don't care how busy I am and doing what I need to do. Like my friend, like my hubby is away for work.
Okay, come on, hubby. See, hubby and work. We love them. We love them put together.
Hubby's away from work, but hey, he's sick, not feeling well, not feeling the best. But I'm giving instructions over that phone. Hey, I need you to go do this. I need this to happen. If these things do not happen today, guess who's going to be at your doorstep? There will be an Instacart coming to that doorstep. Why? Because, again, I need you well. I need you taking care of yourself. I need you to do what you need to do.
Right.
You still have a responsibility. You still have a place where you need to take care. You still have something that needs to be done. Someone would say, "Oh, but that's just a friend. That's just a boyfriend. That's a man who has proven he is a young man. He can do the job. He needs someone to care for him, nurture him. I'm talking to you. I'm interested in you. I want to care for you. When I don't want to care for you, when I'm not talking to you, when I'm not interested in you, that's no longer my job.
Yeah.
But while I'm with you, it is a place that I am in. I'm not saying that I am in there doing all wifely duties and all that. No, taking care of somebody, being kind to somebody, we need to take off the limits of that's this person's duty. That's that person's duty. Because here's the thing that I find, Kristi, the duties of what you really believe that you're supposed to just do. I'm doing that just because, he's my husband. I'm doing that just because she's my wife. Why not just do it because you're kind?
Because you're a kind human.
I mean, you sitting there eating. You in the house together. You sitting there eating. Why not? Why not fix his plate? You're in the kitchen.
That part.
Why not take care of him? Have you ever thought about the factors that he may have never had anybody to see after him, but he's always seeing after everybody else? It's a real bad thing that for men, and I'm not excusing men, but I'm just saying, here we go. Mother's Day, like they say, everything on the shelf reflects a mother. You're going to see everything for a mom. But then when Father's Day come, you got this little corner. And like the men say,
ain't no wait at the restaurant. Ain't no way at the restaurant for Father's Day.
You don't give me no
reservation.
You ain't gonna give me no socks. You ain't gonna do nothing but give me some socks. You're gonna give me a tie. And nobody ever says, well, y'all, let's make a big deal and big fuss over daddy. And we love mama, but I believe if daddy got out the house every day, if daddy was the one that was taking care of the family, if daddy's the one that's making sure everybody's good, if you in the garage with daddy and they have your little face hanging down and daddy know, and he's sliding you something on the side, or he call you and say, hey, where you at? Come take me to the stove. But he really trying to make sure you get what you need. Why you can't make sure you make a big fuss for daddy?
Absolutely.
Daddy don't never want to do nothing. But there's something that he do really want to do. I used to enjoy taking my dad to Luby's every year for his birthday. He enjoyed it. He loved it, child. He loved Luby's. So I took him to Luby's. That was his thing. And he loved overalls. I bought him overalls. That was his thing. So meet the man where he is. Yeah, agreed, but it's the reciprocation of those actions. Absolutely, Trish. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Yeah, because it should be definitely that. Oh, but totally. Here's the other part of it too that we got to realize is that a part of your nature of who you are? And if that's a part of your nature of who you are, don't ever change your nature of who you are because someone is not being who they are. And I get what you're saying. Totally, I get it because that is
or they are being who they are. Or they are being who they are.
Right, exactly. They are being themselves. Yeah, definitely that. They're being themselves. And we have that conversation. I love because me and Trish, we have these dialogues all the time about, the behavior of how someone really truly is positioning themselves to be in your world. And so, I mean, my thing is I tell them, I say, my presence is a blessing to you. My absence is the curse on you. Yeah. So you need to really make a decision on what you want. Do you want the blessing or do you want the curse? Because when I'm gone, it's over. It's out. Yeah. And so, because I know how I serve, I know how I care, and I know how I'm committed to do what I need to do to make sure that you're okay. People who have a problem, especially women who have that problem and a disposition towards that woman that do, like what you said earlier, Kristi, that has that problem with really making sure that a man is good and all those kind of things. She may have that problem in public, but she don't have that problem in private.
Absolutely.
She's taking everything that you're doing. Because here's the thing. When a man get pissed, he airs you out. When he get real mad, and if you embarrass him real good in front of those people, he gonna air you out. And he gonna have you looking like, what did his name say? Kevin Hart. The Kevin Hart face. And you're gonna be sitting there like, wow. Why? Because you've been aired out there. And we have